Where do I start? Hey there guys, today I have a video for you which is going to be my Doctor Who Series 10 Episode 6 Extremis review. Let's get right into this. Back home to you. Now, let me start off by saying that this story was absolutely horrible. I actually have no words, I actually have no words. Well, the story plot... Well, I don't really know what the story plot was, to be honest. Basically, the Pope comes to seek the Doctor's help, but the Doctor is still blind, of course, so he has to kind of play it off. Then the Doctor sort of crashes Bill's date, and they go and find the Veritas, which kills everyone who reads it. So, I predicted in Oxygen that the vault was going to contain Missy, and it did, and you know what, I said I was going to go on a massive rant, but this episode was so that I don't even know what to say. It was absolutely horrible. It was disgusting. It is easily the worst episode of Doctor Who I have watched in absolutely years. You know, since I suspected Missy was going to be in it, I knew that I wouldn't maybe like this episode as much as some of the others. I thought it would be maybe a little bit worse than the others, but not that much. Now, Series 10 has been a very strong series so far, in my opinion, but this has just crashed it. This has just crashed the series. It has ruined the first 5 episodes of the series. The first 5 episodes were pretty good. I thought most of them were very good, actually, but this is just... Why? This is exactly halfway through the series. And the first half is great, but then you get to this, and it is absolutely... It's a train wreck. And if you've watched all of my reviews so far, I've not really had much negatives to speak about at all about any stories. But this video is going to be covered in negatives. So, Bill and Nardole follow this light that we see monks coming out of in this sort of library place, and they get trapped in different worlds. Now, during this episode, there are multiple flashbacks of the Doctor supposedly executing Missy, but of course, he doesn't. Just kill her already, for God's sake. And of course, my suspicion was correct. It was indeed Missy who was in the vault. Now, I actually didn't find her that bad in this story, even though she wasn't in it much. I don't like Missy as a character at all. I didn't find her that bad in this story though. She was okay for like the 2 minutes she was in it. And then it was just weird how apparently a priest came and stuff like that to the execution, and it was Nardole. It was so obvious it was him. It was like, as soon as I saw the start of this story, I knew I was going to hate it. With the Doctor coming in on the boat, and I don't know. It's if you haven't seen it yet, please spare your lives. Do not go and watch it. It is absolutely depressingly dreadful. I actually just went and cried a little bit in the corner softly. That was just it was so bad, this episode. I have no words. I can't even think of what to say because there was nothing good about it. Like, I am shocked at... This is like the first Doctor Who episode, I think, ever that I've had nothing to say about it. It's just... I don't get it. So basically, when Bill and Nardole are in the different world, the Veritas is causing people to blow themselves up with TNT under tables, and Bill and Nardole, of course, are stuck right in the middle of it. Now, I love Nardole as a character. I love Matt Lucas. I have nothing but respect for him, but I found his jokes in this episode really cheesy and cringy. This was definitely the worst episode I've seen him in so far. No surprise, because this is maybe the worst episode of all time, in my opinion. I know that's a very big statement to make, but in the future I really want to do my top 10 episodes and my top 10 worst episodes. So yeah, but I don't know, because off the top of my head, I really can't think of a story that I have enjoyed less than this one. I think the thing about this episode is that Stephen Moffat tried to be super confusing, and he tried to twist the plot so much that it just came crashing down like a sack of shite. It was just, the plot was so twisted, it was so confusing to follow. Say I'm not a proper Doctor Who fan, but this episode was just, what? I've never felt this weird before after watching a Doctor Who episode, and it was about a week ago I watched it, but I still feel absolutely flabbergasted, and I don't know what to say about it. So anyway, back to the sort of monks. Now, I thought the monks were pretty pointless in this story, to be honest. They're not really the sort of villain I usually like, and it looks like we're stuck with them for at least the next episode, probably even more than that. So hopefully they pick up and they actually do better in the next episode. Now, here's my next rant. The ending in the White House was... it was just so boring, and it dragged for ages and ages and ages and ages and ages and ages. This was the only story I was actually looking at the clock, waiting for this to end. I was counting down the seconds. It felt like it went on for 10 years. It took so long, and I thought it was eventually going to pick up and I'd actually get into it. But no, I never did, and I guess that's disappointing. So as I say, the main reason I hate this episode is that the plot was incredibly confusing and so boring. This is 1,000,000% the worst episode of the series so far. And I'm telling you something, it better pick up from now on, because if it doesn't, I don't know, I don't know. But the main disappointing thing for me, in my opinion, so good up to now, and then this episode, it's just, I'm not going to say ruined it, because I'm not going to let this episode bring my thoughts down on the whole series, because I think it is going to be a really good series at the end, especially with the Mendasian time and stuff like that. Hopefully this was just that one bad episode in every series, so hopefully that was it, and hopefully from now on we'll get some really good stories like we did for the first 5, so I'm quite optimistic. Now, as for my rating, you're going to be quite shocked about this one. Now, you won't be after you've heard my rant about it, but I would give this story a 2 out of 10. It was just depressingly awful. But I don't get how people can like this story. No, I really don't like it. And as far as my opinion goes, this is just... I actually have no words. This is just... I don't know what to say. It's just tragic. So that was my review on Extremis, guys. I hope you did enjoy it. It'll probably be quite long, this review, but it'll probably be cut down quite a bit as well. Yeah, so I have filmed quite a big collection update, but I've got loads of big finishes in that, and I got some recently that I haven't put in it yet, so I need to record those segments, stuff like that. So hopefully that'll be out soon. I'm really anxious to do my Series 4 review, stuff like that. I will hopefully do it eventually, but the Pyramid at the End of the World is on tomorrow, so I'm going to go and watch that tomorrow night. And I'm going to see Guardians of the Galaxy 2 tomorrow, which is hopefully going to be a good film, hopefully to make me forget about Extremis, and hopefully I'm going to go into tomorrow's episode not expecting much, but hoping that it turns it all around. So yeah, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to support it with a like, subscribe below if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys next time for another awesome video. Peace out.